Let me turn on the record here and mute everybody out. Don't want to hit share screen. Let me lock the screen. Little housekeeping you have to do on these events. You learn from experience that people like to press buttons while you're playing with this thing. But let's see, we got manage participants, mute all, gotcha done, take the checkbox off, and we're ready to roll. So, hey everyone, great to be online with you tonight. I know we got a whole bunch of new guests. It's great to see all the new faces and new names. As you can see, this is a pretty casual meeting, and there are people from all over the world. I'm seeing New Zealand, I'm seeing Australia, I'm seeing Germany. Germany, it's an odd hour in Germany for you to be on. Well, welcome. And got just a great group of people from all over the United States. We get a lot more people. I see Canada, Kim Tilly, what's going on, Kim? And Texas, great to see you. But Las Vegas, just all over the world. And I think what you're seeing here, folks, is just evidence that there's something going on. And I'm very excited to bring you a different twist on the presentation tonight. Maybe you've heard a little bit of it, but I'm going to set it up differently. I'm going to do what I did in Ireland, and I'm going to talk to you the way I talked to the people in Ireland, because it was a fun time. For those that don't know, I got back from the UK and Ireland, had an incredible time working with the Diamond Club over there and just seeing amazing business system that they put together, and bringing back some of their knowledge. And I've struck up a little bit of a partnership with Dr. Safar, so you're going to see his team on board and working with us and bringing the UK and Ireland to our 1 o'clock Zoomcasts. So pretty exciting, and you'll have lots of support. But here's the big news. He is coming to the United States on December 1st, the first week of December, and we are going to spend some time in Atlanta. We might even do a small gathering in Atlanta, a meeting here for those that are in the Southeast that want to come up for a meeting. So we're going to be looking at doing something in Atlanta, somewhere around the airport. Nothing fancy, but we just want to have a meeting where everybody can come that want to meet the 8th biggest earner in the world in network marketing and the Rosetta Stone of digital currency. That would be me. And so excited to announce that. We are going to also be doing a little bit of a tour in that first week. We haven't decided where, but I got a feeling it's going to be probably over to the Dallas, Texas, and San Antonio area, which I'm excited about because I know we've got a lot of people in that area. And then the goal would be to end up somewhere in Beverly Hills or Santa Barbara, a really stressful place like that where we can enjoy ourselves for some holiday shopping. And then we are going to shoot up to Calgary on the 4th, 5th, and 6th. We'll be in Calgary, so that's going to be fun as well. So keep those dates. The 4th, 5th, and 6th is totally confirmed, and somewhere around the 2nd, either the 1st or 2nd in Atlanta, and then the 3rd and 4th maybe over in Dallas, Texas, and San Antonio. We might only be able to squeeze one of those cities in, but we are going to make sure that you all get some tremendous support and have some exciting things happen before the end of the year, before we kind of wrap it up on December 15th and take a little time for our families and enjoy the holiday time. But I'm excited to have Dr. Safar coming over, and I'll be sharing with you some of his trainings over the next couple days. I'm building out some charts. He and I, just a few minutes before the Zoomcast started, which is about 3 o'clock in the morning his time, he had just gotten in and was fresh as can be, and sat down with me and went over some things that I needed some clarification on. But what a fantastic guy, and ultimately somebody that works very hard and will bring lots of value, not only it's going to bring value to all of our teams. So I'm excited about that. Tonight we're talking about digital currency, and we're talking about a technology that is going to enable you all to do something that 7 years ago you weren't previously able to do. It's that profound. It's like, I always tell people, it's kind of like having a cure for something that wasn't available 3 years ago. It's available today, so anybody that's got an issue could be cured. That's how profound it is. And I like to tell people that digital currency when you think about the internet, and I've said this story so many times, but it relates so much to what we're doing. And when you look at the internet, when it launched, it was very difficult for people to understand. It was very difficult for people to get online. And it's kind of like, it runs parallel to the story of Bitcoin. Bitcoin was very difficult. It was scary, very technical. People couldn't understand it, and it never really grabbed people's attention until a company called OneCoin came along and made it easy. So let me tell you a quick story first about the internet. When they came out with a technology called TCP/IP, that was a transmission protocol language that allowed computers to connect with each other. You all know it better as the internet. That's what you call it. That's not quite what it is, but TCP/IP allows computers to interconnect to create a network. And from that network, we have the ability through internet technology to be able to build websites and connect with each other and communicate and conduct e-commerce. But really before 91, and I know it was around before that, so if you're a technical person and you're holding me to my dates, it really wasn't around for the average person up until 91, because they really didn't have these easy interfaces where you could type in some digits and hit a button. And of course the web browser too made the internet much more accessible for the average person. Most people weren't good at command codes and things like that. So when the browser came along, it provided an easy window for you to be able to use the internet. But before TCP/IP existed, the internet did not exist, folks. Okay, so it took a very profound, very innovative technology to be invented for the internet to take place. Well, we know what's happened with the internet. The internet's created more wealth than the entire industrial revolution combined. It's been the fastest technology adopted in the world, 25 years, 87% adoption just in the United States alone. The billions of people around the world now that are interconnected within 25 years. It's just a staggering technology when you think about how much it's connected the world, and how differently would your life be today without the internet. Okay, so but it all happened because of a technology called TCP/IP. All right, and it was an internet protocol. It was a way to connect computers so we could all connect with each other. And the point I'm making is, without TCP/IP, you all could not use Waze. You could not use PayPal. You could not use email. It just wouldn't exist. And I think it's important for y'all to understand that one innovation of TCP/IP changed the world. Not only changed the world, it changed the way we do life. I mean, it drastic. I mean, before, when we needed directions, we stopped by a filling station and we bought a map. Now we just kind of talk into our phone and say, give me directions to blah, 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 and our phone takes us there. And it's just amazing what internet has done. And I know we're not here to discuss the internet, but I want to share something with you tonight that is almost identical to that story. It's like the same book, the same chapters, the same significance. It's going to be as big a bestseller as the internet, maybe bigger, and it's a new technology that did not exist pre-2010. So it's relatively new technology. I mean, it's really new as far as technology goes, and you all don't really know the name of that technology, but it's called blockchain technology. And it's a technology that connects computers around the world with a public ledger, with a database that allows us to do transactions without using a bank. It allows us to conduct transactions without using a middle person. So if I need to send you money and I want to send it right now, but the bank's closed, I can send you money. Now, if you all remember, the biggest disruption of the internet probably was the post office, because we were out running around showing people how to send emails without using a post office. We're showing them how to send post officeless communications. And it's like, you know, some people looked at us and they were like, wow, that's really cool. I hate the post office. This is the most amazing thing in the world. And so, you know, when you think about what we're doing, we're sending emails, but today we're sending money instead. You know, we're sending money to each other without using the bank or the post office. It's synonymous with post office. So a lot of people don't realize how disruptive this technology is, but we have a technology that in essence could eliminate banks. And last time I checked, that's pretty disruptive. If you cut the value chain of an industry or a company or a country, you can disrupt that business. For example, Blockbuster got disrupted by who? Netflix. Okay. Wikipedia disrupted who? Encyclopedia Britannica. You know, we look at what Uber's doing. Uber is disrupting the taxi cab industry. In fact, Yellow Cab Company of San Francisco filed bankruptcy recently because Uber is challenging their business. I just saw where Como or whoever it is, but somebody just passed a law in New York to eliminate Airbnb, to fine anybody who rents their place on a short-term rental basis with a short-term rental place. They're going to fine them $7,500. Well, guess what? They have disrupted the hotel industry, and the hotel industry is lobbying to get them to pass laws to prevent Airbnb from dominating the business model. Airbnb has more rooms listed on their website than Marriott Corporation and Hilton Corporation combined. Okay, so when we talk about disruption and what we're doing, folks, I want you to know tonight you are in a space right now that if you will learn this, and believe me when I tell you it's easier than the internet to learn. This is not hard stuff to learn because we do digital transactions every day. The difference is we're going to do it in a different currency. We're not going to use government issued currency anymore. We're going to use what they call cryptocurrency. And cryptocurrency was not possible before the blockchain, which came out in 2010. So pre-2010, cryptocurrency could not be transacted, not in the way to make it to where it is safe and secure and you know, immutable and defraudable and all the great things that we're looking for in a currency. But I think that we look at bankless banking as something that is as big as sending email. It's bigger. It's much bigger. But you have an opportunity right now to be on the front of the wave instead of the back of the wave. I mean, I made so much money during the 90s, folks. My internet is free for the rest of my life. Even if I am spending $300 a month with AT&T, man, I made so much money that $300 a month for the next 30 years, I easily made that in profits because I was in front of the wave. And some of my friends decided they'd come in on the back of the wave, and they're just paying for the internet now, and it's a drain on their pocketbook. Well, I'm here to tell you today, you have an opportunity to get in front of the wave again, but it's going to be a bigger wave than the internet because it's going to disrupt the entire finance industry, and they have no idea what's coming, folks. It's so exciting, and I want to prove it to you. Okay, I want to absolutely defeat any doubt you have in what we're doing. And I had asked Terrence Collins if I could do a bankless transaction with him over the Zoomcast here, where I will actually send him money and he will be able to spend it with a very well-known charity in the United States called United Way. And so I've asked him to pull up his blockchain wallet, and I'm pulling up mine right now. So I am my own bank, folks. You know, I have money on this phone, and if I wanted to, I could send Terrence $100,000. You know, right now with a click of a button. And you know what? I wouldn't be harassed. I wouldn't be given the third degree by a bank teller. I could just do it on my own will. And Terrence, how you coming there?
I am facing a little bit of technological issues on my new technology.
Is it not booting on for you?
It's not right now.
All right. Well, I'm sure I've got another volunteer to take my money. I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you. got their phone up. I'm looking for it.
Kel said she'll take your money.
Kel said she take my money. I'll give my money to Kel. Kel, are you on there? Where is she? I don't see her. She's holding her phone up. There. Kel, you got your phone up? I see you now. She doesn't have a phone up. John Riley? John Riley. John, I better see a QR code. You got your QR code up? Kel, can I hear you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Fantastic. I actually would like to send you money to pay for Alvin's starter kit.
Oh, you want to send me money to pay for it? Okay, perfect. That's a great idea. All right. So she wants to buy a starter kit, which is, I don't know, what's the dollar amount? What are you sending me?
I think it's about $180.
Okay, well, it's 152 US dollars.
Oh, okay. Let's do this. So, can everybody see my app?
Let me blow your screen up here real quick. Hold on 1 second. So you've got about a half a Bitcoin on there, which is what, about $300, somewhere in that range.
Yep.
And so I have a product that she wants to buy for a friend of hers, Alvin. So she's actually going to pay me the money using digital currency, and I am willing to accept it because I love Bitcoin and I love digital currency. So I am ready to receive that money whenever you're ready to send it to me. So you want my QR code?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to hit receive on my phone, and let me spotlight my video real quick so you can see it. And give me 1 second to get that screen. It's a little bright. Oops, got to get that out of the way.
Okay. And
Let me turn off this light next to my desk. Hold on.
yeah, your light is low.
Ooh.
Off permanently.
Uh-oh. Really bright.
Yeah, that didn't work. Hold on a second. Wait.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I think something's happening. Trying to get you.
Oh, blurry on my side.
Very blurry.
Let me turn on that light one more time. Hold on a second. I'm going to turn down the brightness on my phone. Give me 1 second. I think that's probably the issue. Yeah, that was probably it.
Okay, do you think you maybe hold still a little bit more still? Oh, I think it's a little too blurry. Maybe push back a little bit. All right, I gotcha.
All right, good deal.
What do we say, $150, $52 US?
Yeah, 152, yes, is fine.
Okay, I'll just do 155, make it round.
All right, let me turn up my volume here.
Okay. I just press send.
All right, did y'all hear that? How quick that was? That beeped on my end. I got it that quick. And so I'll pull up balance, and you can see right there, there's 182 on there. I had about $30 in my little blockchain account, but that was $182 that I have in there now. Thank you, Kel, and I'll get you your starter code right after the meeting.
Thank you.
And so she's just paid for a product, but watch this. I'm going to go take a little bit of that money and I'm going to donate it to United Way. So let me jump over to a fresh screen over here. And what we're doing right now, folks, is we're showing you that we can actually transact value with each other. We can do commercial transactions. We did not use a bank in that scenario. She sent money directly to me, and some computer that was on the blockchain, the software that's running out there, verified that she had the balance to send me, and now her balance transferred from her plus side over to her negative side, and mine went from negative to positive. And so pretty cool stuff. So watch this. Now I'm going to spend a little bit of money, and I'm going to show you how we can actually transfer money. Thank you, Kel.
Thank you.
And that was a great example for you to bring up. So let me go to unitedway.org. And by the way, you all can do this. And the reason I'm doing this, it was really amazing. The group in Ireland, when I did this transaction, they just were like, I mean, the minute it clicked on the screen on United Way and it accepted my payment, everybody was like, look, it accepted it. It was like they'd never seen anything like that. And it was kind of like, you know, the email. Some people looked at email and they were like, meh, that's not very interesting to me. None of my friends have it, so why should I be interested? And, you know, some friends looked at it and said, dude, that's the coolest thing I think I've ever seen. And so as you can see, as I go here to United Way, and the reason I use United Way is because, you know what, some people actually think that Bitcoin is a scam. And I'm like, well, if it's a scam, why would United Way accept it on their website if it was a scam? By the way, Dell Computers just decided they're going to start accepting digital currency as well with Bitcoin to buy your computers through Dell. So I think that's pretty cool as well. So here I can donate with Bitcoin. So I click on donate with Bitcoin. And you can see they have a little widget on their website. I'm waiting for it to load. Give it 1 second. All right, come on. There's so many people on tonight, it's making my internet connection drag. Well, anyway, while that's coming up, you know, one of the things that, whoops, there it goes. I'm going to refresh. Oh, there it is right there. There it comes up. Okay, good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to donate $5 to United Way. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the scanner on my phone, and I've just scanned the QR code, and I'm going to pull up my wallet real quick, and I'm going to hit continue, and I'm going to hit send. Now, this is pretty cool. Listen to my phone. I guess I didn't have my volume up. It just sent it. Anyway, what you'll see here in a minute is the United Way website will have a little green bar that comes across it and says, you just sent $5 to the United Way. And sometimes it takes a little bit of a minute just with all these people on my internet's really dragging for it to register. See, there it goes right there. So what I just proved to y'all tonight is y'all see that $5 was sent to the United Way less than a minute ago? Okay, so United Way just accepted my money, and they're going to go do some good with that around the world and use that money for good. So what I've just proved to y'all is that I can send money without using a bank. Cal and I just did a transaction. I spent it somewhere, and you know that works out real cool. What we just did was as profound as sending an email, which some of you didn't think was a big idea. But I can tell you, when I can send money without using a bank, folks, I mean, that should rock your world. All of you should be going, that was really cool, okay? And some of you are going to say, well, why should I have digital currency? None of my friends have it. Don't make the same mistake you made on the internet. You know, don't make that same mistake to think this is insignificant, because right now 76 or 73% of people in the United States dislike and distrust banks. They're about ready to get disrupted. There are experts that are saying that digital currency will be the fastest adopted technology in the history of the world, faster than the internet, and it's going to be a disruption that is 3 to 5 times bigger than the internet. And so I look at that and I say, folks, I don't know about you. How many of y'all would like to make more money in the next 3 to 5 years than you've made your entire life? Raise your hand. Okay. Got a couple takers. All right. I look at that and I say, the great thing about being involved in the internet in the 90s was we could print money. I mean, people were so excited. There was so much money moving into the internet. You could make $1 million in a year just by investing in one company. I mean, you could, if you were at the right place at the right time and had the right contacts and had 50 grand, you could be a millionaire within 12 months with the internet. It was that exciting. And I want you to know that the same thing, folks, that we did in the internet is getting ready to happen with digital currency. And you may not see it as big in the United States or North America yet, but I can tell you what I saw over in Europe, and I can tell you what I saw in Thailand. These people are absolutely crazy about it. I mean, they love the idea of being able to do business without using a bank. In fact, a lot of them have never even used a bank. They're excited that they can actually just transact business. You know, we've got 2 billion people around the world that are bankless. They don't have a bank. And they're excited that they can actually send money to Janet in New Mexico. Maybe Janet's, she's like, bring it, Maybe they've got an arts and crafts store in Mexico and they're making cool crafts, and Janet's got a cool little store in New Mexico and she wants to be able to sell their crafts. They now have a way to actually transact business with Janet, which they didn't have before. So that makes it very cool. But let me do this. I'm going to bounce around to a couple people. I've got a guy with the coolest name in the world. His name's Carl McCool. What's going on, Carl?
Howdy, sir. How are you?
I'm awesome, man. Looking forward to seeing him. Am I going to see you up in Greenville? We got to figure out when the Greenville event is, but I'm hoping I'll see you.
Yeah. I've already called some.
Knows that day. If anybody knows
we've got some
event, please put it in the. Everybody's like, "You're speaking, Tom. You should know when it is." I don't, but please let me know. Carl McCool, you're new on board. You're learning this. Man, he just freeze framed his face, didn't he? How'd you do that, Carl? So,
what'd I do?
No, your picture froze up on me. There you go. There you go.
It's acting strange. I think it's the computer, maybe.
No,
my computer.
Right. That's all right. Is that same computer you had when I was there in the insurance days 20 years ago? Is that same one?
Remember.
You got that Altair 8086 going on? Anyway.
Exactly. It's the 72 model. Black and white screen.
That was a nice one. That had the 2 floppies in it. But, yeah.
Good memory.
Yeah, I know. One was used for memory. One was the operating system. That was pretty funny. But anyway, Carl, tell me, you're brand new in the business. You just got your I guess your package. You're not mining yet, but you're getting in learning this. Can you tell everybody your experience of getting to digital currency? Now, you got a financial services background, so you know a little bit about money. And what's got you excited about digital currency? What's helping you learn it? Just give people take a few minutes to tell them about your story and how you're getting into this.
Well, I will be the first to say I want to thank my friend Bill Moser, who's on here now. He finally said, Carl, listen to me. And I finally did. He's up in Greensboro. As a matter of fact, you guys can see him on here tonight. And he has always been reluctant to do different things outside of his traditional business, which he's an engineer by trade. And I saw him finally take this thing seriously, and he's been sharing it with people. And all of a sudden, he's looking on his computer and he's seeing all these people showing up, and then one after another. And it's just been fascinating to see him use the simplicity of it. And he finally woke me up about a week ago and said, Carl, just ask people if they've heard of digital currency or cryptocurrency, and then, send them a video and keep your mouth shut. And that's hard for me to do, Tom. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I thought that was a rhetorical question. Sorry.
No, you know me. So it's been neat. And I will tell you, so far, I've had, quite a few deer in the headlight looks. So it's been a little challenge, but I've got a couple of people showing a little bit of interest. So I think certainly, as you said over and over, education is the key. As I learn more and become more confident, that will come through in how I come across. There's no question about that. So I certainly know what you're saying is the truth. I think I know that I'm finally beginning to realize with some of these bigger name people getting involved with the business. I mean, that speaks volumes, the people that we've all heard of before.
Yeah.
So it's taken me, a couple of weeks to kind of get some things out of the way. And at first, just a little bit uncertain, but I think Bill's gotten my attention. And I'm excited about it, and seeing you on Facebook and all these exciting things happening with you it's certainly proof in the pudding.
Yeah, well, it's been fun, and you bring up some good points. When you initially get in, you come in a fear state because you don't know what you don't know, and then of course you once you start learning some stuff and you start actually doing the business or setting up your account and stuff, and you see other people succeeding, you move into that belief stage. And once you've actually done some mining and gotten some coins and things like that, you move into the knowing stage. And then you get to where I'm at, where you've spoken to tens of thousands of people around the world and seen people creating wealth, and you see businesses like Dell and seeing people like Mark Andreessen and Richard Branson and all of these people coming into the space. You're just like, man, I am just so totally. Oh, and then did y'all see the movie, the thing on Crackle, the TV show? Did anybody see that?
Saw that today. What's that all about?
I haven't seen it yet, but there's a TV show called Startup about digital currency, and I think it was Montez. I'll call him Montez, but he said he stayed up at 5 a.m. He watched the entire series in one night. So,
wow.
Yeah, but if somebody's got that link, put the link to the new Startup. So now there's a TV show about digital currency, and it's pretty cool to see that. We've got lots of videos for you. If anybody has that link, bit.ly.com. Yeah. Well, it probably doesn't, Nicole. She says, I hope it puts it in a positive light. There's probably elements where you realize it's positive, but when you understand the way our cryptocurrency is structured, we won't have any of that negativity because of the way we've got it structured. And I'll talk a little bit about the 5 attributes of digital currency tonight, so you all can understand what that means. But Carl, here's the deal. As you develop that knowledge and you lay down that squirt gun and you definitely gain the knowledge. Honestly, if you watch a video, subscribe to coindesk.com, which is a good place to read articles. If you will take 10 to 15 minutes a day and just do a little bit of learning at a time, by the end of 30 days, I don't think you'll ever, this will be your next 5 to 10 year gig in building stuff in this industry, because currencies are just the beginning. I was telling somebody the other day that there's a company that's launched a baseball card blockchain where they're uploading every baseball card to the blockchain and giving it a serial number, and they're creating a virtual stock market for baseball cards. So they're going to be commoditizing and creating a stock market for the baseball card industry. And every card will have its own cryptocurrency number and will become a commodity and an asset that you all can trade, very much like collectible cars. Collectible cars are done the same way. Carl, you think about a VIN number on a car. VIN number looks a lot like a cryptocurrency number. So reality is everything we do of value is done in a serial number when you think about it,
Exactly.
So... But great having you online, and just to keep watching those videos and keep talking to those people. Another thing I'll tell you, Carl, we're not in the business of convincing people. We're in the business of educating people and sorting people out. That literally, there are some people out there that don't want to learn anything new, and you can't help those people. But our goal is to show our lifestyle, and they go, I have a lot of friends, I'm sure, will be like, man, how'd you know? I'm like, what do you mean, how'd you know? I've posted like 500 times on your timeline, or I sent you 500 private messages. I mean, how do you know? How did I know? I answered the private message is what I did, and it's, I took action, and I got excited about digital currency, and I learned something new. Truth is, 80% of Americans don't pick up a book after they leave high school, and 80% of Americans never read another book. That's pretty sad. So.
It is. Well, thanks for the advice. I certainly needed it.
Yeah, Carl, when you ask people if they've heard of Bitcoin, that's a great question. Bill gave you a great question to ask people. Just ask people if you had Bitcoin. They're going to respond 3 ways. No, never heard of it. Yeah, I've heard of it. You mean that scam? That's going to be another way they're going to respond. And then the third way they're going to respond is they're going to say, yeah, man, I could have invested in that early on and I'd be a millionaire today. And boy, the minute they say that, say, I got something for you. So if you go out there and you ask enough people if they've heard of Bitcoin, you'll get those 3 answers.
Right. I did have one lady say something about, be careful today, and I forgot, to mention United Way, and of course now Dell Computer, and tomorrow there's going to be somebody new. I mean, that gives a lot of credibility.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And then I had a minister's wife do that with me. She sat down and she goes, "Is this used for like drug dealing and terrorism and blah blah blah?" And I said, "Do you use the U.S. dollar?" She wasn't going to use digital currency if it was used for that. And I'm like, "Do you use the U.S. dollar? Because last time I checked, they might be using it for that as well."
One last thing, you are going to run into some people, especially in the South, that say, this sounds kind of like that one world currency, and you know what I'm talking about, the religious stuff.
Yeah.
I say, yeah, it's probably coming, but I'm planning on getting paid for it along the way.
Yeah, I tell people we're creating the biggest cult in the world, and it's only going to be $99 a year, and we're paying a $50 commission.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I am joking.
No,
Anyway,
it's coming.
yeah,
There's no question. Even the banks
that
are
was
coming.
recorded. I'm going to have to delete that one out of there. Anyway,
Sorry.
fantastic. Well, Carl, great having you online. Thanks for sharing your
Thank you,
story. And was it hard getting started and getting your e-wallet set up and all that? Was it easy, or did you find it pretty easy?
No, I've got a good team. It came real well. They communicated well with me. And Bill Moser's Anthony, I forgot Sandy's last name. He can tell you if you see Bill Moser. Bill, what's Sandy's last name? But she's been a great leader. You talked to them the other night. They're up in the mountains.
Oh, yeah. Sure, yeah. You got a fantastic leadership team. Absolutely.
No, it went. It was quite easy. So,
Awesome.
Thank you.
Great, man. Super having you on board.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for and then Carl and I we've been
back with you again.
We used to sleep on each other's couches when we were doing back in the insurance days, so we know each other. Yes, the illustrious Sandy Davis. She's definitely an awesome leader. So, Carl, thanks for being online with us.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Look forward to that couch again one day.
Yes, sir. So, on a yacht.
Let's go.
Let me jump over to let me see what we got here. I'm gonna say hi to Nicole Burns. How you doing, Nicole?
I'm doing great.
Fantastic.
I hope you're feeling better.
No, I'm doing better. Yes, I'm better. Sometimes I might think it's the pain medicine talking, but I'm definitely feeling better. Definitely better than I was when I was in the UK. For those that don't know, right before I'm supposed to speak in the UK in front of about 500 people, my molar breaks, and it has a very, very sharp edge from the filling, and it cuts my tongue open about an inch long in the back. And it was I literally had to take a pocket knife out and pop my filling out just because it was horrid. But yeah, we endured, and I ate lots of chicken soup and lots of Indian food and Pakistani. They have this really great, and I don't know if you've had it, but they have this chicken-based soup that you put some soy sauce in, and you put in some red hot sauce in, and you put in some jalapeno pepper sauce, and oh my God, it was beautiful. Beautiful stuff.
That sounds,
saved my life.
that sounds,
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. And thank you for pushing through for us and gathering all this information for us to be successful.
Well, my pleasure. So tell me what has helped you become successful in digital currency, and why are you excited about it?
I'm excited about it. It's because I'm just happy to be a player in this time in man's history. I can't wrap my mind around it. This is really bigger than I ever imagined. Everything that you said is true, that this is bigger than the internet. And I think it's going to be the one thing that changes the world faster and better than anything else because of the technology behind it. You were talking about the blockchain technology, and I am reading Don Tapscott's book, which you recommended.
Yes. That's awesome.
Yes, and one thing, it's not just the currency that I'm excited about, but the actual technology behind it. And when you really understand what this is going to do, it's really going to change the behavior of a lot of corruption and things that are going on in the world, and putting power and empowerment back, giving that back to people, the average person. Mm-hmm. Not just financially, but ownership. And it's going to change the behavior, because ultimately this is going to create your reputation around the globe. And you don't want to mess that up, because there's going to be a monetary connection to that, and everyone's going to know about it. It's really hard to explain it, but you got to get started, and I wanted to learn about it, and the best way I found is with this company, the concept of OneCoin and learning from the One Academy and coming on the Zoomcast, which I consider extracurricular or continuing education. I'm just gathering a lot of this is the best thing that has ever come into my life for an opportunity to really grow.
And so
personally,
you came out of the digital currency background, right? You went finance courses and all that. You've got a very deep education and master's in finance, right?
Absolutely not. I knew nothing about it, and I always wanted to know about it. And I think that what this company has provided is a very easy platform to start to understand this industry. So it's hard for me just to talk about it if you put me on the spot, but when I'm in conversation with people, I feel that I could connect with them and to answer their questions, and they feel empowered that they also don't need to be, have a tech background, but that they can just be their true self, their authentic self, and have fun with this and learn, because it's a very well put together education that this company has developed, so we can learn about this industry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's give you a little insight on maybe how to explain it to people. How long did you say you've been a flight attendant for?
18 years.
18 years. Okay. And so in the last 18 years, have you seen your products or groceries or anything increase in cost?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Airport food.
Yeah, airport food. A little bit more expensive. And did they tell you that it's because the companies are raising the prices on the products? Did somebody taught you that was called inflation, where the value, the product, the cost of your products are just going up because of inflation? Is that kind of what you were taught?
No, I wasn't taught that. It's something that I heard about, but I didn't quite understand it. I didn't understand it as that my currency, my dollars, was going down in value.
So that's what you were taught?
I was not taught that, but now I understand that. I just figured that things were going up in cost, and that's how I was taught. But I didn't realize that my money was actually going down in value, which means it takes more of my dollars to buy something.
Right. So if there's $10 trillion issued, and you own a certain portion of that 10 trillion, and then the government prints another 10 trillion and dilutes your interest by 50%, that means that this $5 bill is now worth $2.50. And what you see is milk goes from $1.90 to $3.80. That's what you see. And that's what people don't realize, because have you ever noticed they never change the number on these bills? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that to me is the printing scam right there. That's the crime, because they say, oh, well, our milk's going up in price. No. The amount of these that's required to buy the milk is actually going down in value. Okay. So it takes more of these to buy the same gallon of milk. So you've heard me talk about the experience that I had with Brent Patrick at buying my hamburger. In 2015, I think our OneCoins were at 50 cents a piece, and that hamburger was $15. So it would cost me 31 coins to buy my hamburger. It's a pimento cheeseburger I have just about every Friday at this great restaurant. And but a year later, that same my OneCoins were $7.50. And so it only cost me 2 OneCoins versus 30. Okay? So when you think about that, that would be like this $5 bill turning into a $100 bill. So how many of y'all would like to turn your $5 bills into $100 bills? Okay? Could you buy more groceries if your money went up in value versus if it went down in value? That's a rhetorical question. Okay? So I think it's important for people to understand that inflation is an interesting smokescreen for the fact that your money is actually depreciating in value. Your money's losing value. And they call it, when they issue debt, they call it quantitative easing. They don't even call it dilution. They create some word that sounds like something that has to do with hemorrhoids. And I just tell everybody that, we have we have the preparation H for you. We have the solution for you. It's called digital currency. But it's great to have you online. And sorry to end on that one, Nicole. But I know that you get this now, and I'm happy that you understand that it's not your money, it's not your products that are increasing in value. It's the fact that the money you're using to buy those products is decreasing in value. And in fact, it's lost 93% of its value. I've been working for 30 years. It's lost 40% of its value. So if you've been at it for 18 years, that you've probably experienced 25% loss in your purchasing power. So it's pretty substantial. It's so awesome having you on board.
Thank you.
About yours and Dell's trip to Thailand and all the great stuff you got to do afterwards.
Sorry, say that again?
I said, you want to tell us about your trip afterwards? You went to Thailand and got to take a trip of a lifetime, it looked like.
Oh, yeah, it was, I'm so glad I got to do it. I think about it every day. And it was
ready to go back?
Sorry, say that again?
You ready to go back?
Definitely. I'm ready to go back. And planning my next vacation, taking my mom, hopefully. I don't know if she's online right now, but she's really getting this and having fun and bringing some people on board for her generation, and I'm so proud of her. And she's sharing things with me and teaching me a lot about it. So we're really having a fun time with this.
And it's creating wealth for you, and you're making money with it, right?
Exactly, yes.
Very good. Awesome. Great to have you online. Folks, we don't do income disclaimers on this presentation, so we're not here to entice you with money or earnings, but there are people that are making 6 figures and 7 figures and generating a lot of money. But the one thing you'll want to know is everybody who is mining digital currency with us and working with us is in the plus side. They're winning. And that to me is what's really important. And you can see it by the smiles on their faces, like the lovely smile that Nicole has. So great having you online. Thanks, Nicole.
Thank you.
Fantastic. So let me, now we get a lot of new people on here. I will jump over to John Wiley because I haven't seen John Wiley in a minute. John, can you talk? How are you doing, buddy?
Hey, pretty good, Tom. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Great to see you. And get your guy situated with his Pro Trader code, but excited to have you on board with us tonight. John has got an amazing story. He's taking care of somebody that's had a pretty serious health issue, and it requires full-time assistance. So he's always had to find a way to find work that he can do from home, and has just got a heart the size of Texas. I can tell you that with what the stories that he's told me, and I won't go into great detail, but it's just so phenomenal to have you on board. John has also served our country, he's one of our veterans, and so we thank you for your service, and great having you online with us. But tell us a little bit about what's got you excited about digital currency, how's it working out for you, and just any general golden nuggets. I know that you're real good at business, and you've been building a good business online and attracting people, but just give us some insight into what's making it work, why you're excited, and anything you can offer.
Boy, I tell you, the best day of my life was when I clicked like on a little ad or news clipping. I can't even remember what it was that Keith Bliss had posted on Facebook. And, it changed my life forever. I've been in this now for 13 months. I've got 13 positions of my own.
Wow.
I have over 100 people. It's like up to 107 people on my team. I can officially say that after working at Eastern Illinois University, the 401k that I got, I've surpassed it with OneCoin as far as the value of my coin. And I tell you what,
that's in less than a year.
To me. This is my plan B. I'm looking at this as my main retirement. I'm 60 years old, so I'm always looking for the best way to get the best bang for my buck. And so far, this is it. Everyone that I've talked to that have gotten in, especially after a couple of months and they've gone through a difficulty increase and saw the value of their coin go up, every single one of them has nothing but good things to say. And the one thing that I'm always finding out, I get people that say, oh, I just want to join to get some coin and not have to do this as a business. Well, guess what? After they go through it and they see how much value they've made, 100% of them have told somebody about it. They got paid again.
Yeah. I love it when people say, I just want to come mine coins. I'm like, all right, come on in and start making your list.
Yeah. And it's amazing because most people do network marketing anyway. They just don't get paid for it. And I'm not saying this is network marketing. This is the most different thing I've ever done, because I've been in network marketing and you have too. And this is the wildest thing that I've ever seen. But folks, it works. And if you're thinking or if you're on the fence, all I can tell you is get in. It'll be the best thing that you've ever done.
Is it difficult? Is it difficult? I mean, John, I tell people that if they can shop on Amazon and buy something on Amazon, that they probably got, their skills are probably overqualified. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. When I first got into this and I saw the power of it, I think I told you that I think I'm ignorance on fire, not knowledge on ice. Now I'm knowledge on fire. So, and I know I'm still slow. It takes me 2 hours to watch 60 Minutes, but I think I do an okay job. I'm not a rock star like Jack or some of the others out there, but I'm holding my own.
I think there's a Ozzy Osbourne in there somewhere. Great having you online, John. Thanks for sharing your story, and we always appreciate having you online. Thanks.
And just to let you know, Gina is now in the nursing home.
Oh, is she? Okay.
She's taken a turn for the worse. She's been in there for a little over a month now. So,
how long have you taken care of her? How long have you done full-time care?
Oh my gosh. When I was working at Eastern Illinois University, I took care of my dad for a year while, working full-time at the university. And then with Gina, she was in Italy when she had her stroke in December of 2014.
Yeah.
It took an act of Congress to get her back to the U.S., but it was a severe stroke, paralyzed on the right side, couldn't talk. And got her back in January of 2015. She was in rehab for a couple of months. So, April of 2015?
Yeah. Wow.
Not that long. And I tell you, I have a lot of sympathy of anyone in that position where they have to take care of a loved one that, really can't do much of anything for themselves. It is the hardest job you can ever do.
Yeah.
And it's not so much cleaning them up, giving them a shower, that stuff. The hardest thing was not being able to talk to her.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest thing.
Yeah, I'm not hearing. Yeah, I helped out with another position. I don't know if JP knows it, but there's another group that I work with that we built a team for a guy that has done home care for 2 cerebral palsy children. Like 11 and 13 years old. They've been they require full-time care, 24 hours a day. And we built out an organization for him. And this last year, he spends about $200,000 a year taking care of these kids. And we built out an organization for him that has paid him over $250,000 in the last 12 months using OneCoin. He's just had a real blessing with the business, and I don't know if JP knows it, but JP and all of you guys that are in Santa Barbara, you are supporting that individual. And I got to tell you, he's never been on a Zoomcast, but he's the coolest, greatest guy in the world. My wife and I met with him, and when we met with him, my wife just said, you better help him, because my wife's a physical therapist, and she knows the challenges of taking care of a couple kids, especially two of them with cerebral palsy. It's a real challenge. But thanks for being online, sharing your story, John, and we're glad the wealth is working out for you, and excited about you. So
yeah, and everything I've done has been at home. So just to let you know, this works, people. It works. So
well, thank you for that. We built a system for just that, where y'all can do this from home. And if you want to do it in your lounge pants like I do it with flip-flops on, you can do that. Occasionally you'll see me with a fancy shirt on. Don't be fooled. I still have my lounge pants on. But
I was just gonna say, this is just like TV. When I worked at the television station at Eastern, it's amazing to see them with the tie on, but if they stood up, no, that's not what's going on their lower half.
Yeah, we got to be careful in these Zoomcasts, like around National Nude Gardening Day and stuff like that. That's the only time we've really got to be careful of these Zoomcasts. So great having you online. Thanks, Sean.
Hey, thanks again. Go Cubs.
There you go. Evidently, they're doing well. I'm seeing lots of Cubbies on Facebook. Something's going on there. I want to talk to John Riley. John's pretty jacked about something. I think he just got off a call. Let me find you real quick, John. There you are, right there. What's going on, John? John from Colorado, you said?
Hey, yeah, from Denver. What's up, guys?
Very good. Tell us what's going on. You're excited. Did you just have a hot call, or what's going on?
Yeah, I had to walk away from the computer, and when I came back, I thought I was getting congratulated, but it was the other John. So I just got a message. Basically, I've been doing some YouTube marketing, I guess you could say, and just to kind of give you guys a little bit of insight. What I did was I looked around all the comments on different YouTube videos, all the things that people were confused about, complaining about, needed some guidance on, and I started learning about those things, and then I just started shooting videos. So really the videos were geared towards kind of the concept of OneCoin, trying to give people permission to be okay with the restricted selling and the centralized mining and the multi-level marketing compensation plan, really one of the only things I really see as multi-level in this company, because it's very unique. So I just explained these things in a detailed way, and a lot of it was geared towards existing OneCoin members. But what I found was that people were watching, and I'm not an SEO genius. That stands for search engine optimization by any means. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just started putting these videos out, and the last couple months, my traffic has been picking up. So just so you guys know, the really unique opportunity about this whole project is that people are looking for this worldwide. So like Tom talks about getting in front of this. It's not only getting in front of a disruption, it's getting in front of a multi-level marketing company that's about to explode. And that's evident by the fact that people are seeking me out. People are emailing, calling me. They're filling out registration forms on a weekly basis. I'm getting several. So here we go. I'm just, I'm not a top burner by any means, just so you guys know, just a regular guy. I don't have tons of network marketing experience. And I just got a message on YouTube, and I want to share it with you guys. So I'm going to read it to you. I'm not going to name drop this gentleman quite yet until I get him on my team, which will hopefully be within a day or two.
That's a good idea.
But this guy he sends me a message. Hello, I'm a leader in network marketing, and my team and I are very interested in OneCoin. I'm looking for a sponsor ASAP. I have researched this company for over 2 weeks now, and I am ready to move. Are you open to a conversation for some details? I can be reached, and he gave his number and his email.
That's very good.
So this is I don't know how big his team is. I don't know. So we will find out, even if it's 2 people, whatever. It's just cool. It's just a cool thing to be reached out to. I'm hoping it's 10,000 people, right? But and then I wanted to share that, and I got really excited about that. And as I was waiting to share that, impatiently. I got another message on my Facebook Messenger here. You guys can read that. But basically it says, my husband and I are leaders in MLM in the U.S. Seeking a real leader sponsor. Are you open to a conversation? If so, please contact my husband. And then she sent me this message. Well, I thought it was a different person, but it turns out it's the same person. So I was like, what? 2 leaders contacting me at the same time. Turns out it's the same person, but I'm pretty sure about my odds. The fact that they reached out via 2 different avenues, and he's got a team of network marketers ready to go. So I'm pretty excited. So that's what can happen, guys. Just keep going.
I'll tell you, about a couple weeks ago, I had the same thing happen, John. I had a group call me out of Calgary, Canada, and they said that they found me on YouTube as well. YouTube, folks, is a great way. So if you're a YouTuber, I know we got Kim Tilly on here, she's a world-class YouTuber. But just sitting down and making videos, and also I know that when I publish my videos, I give it about a week before I put my contact information on them. And my YouTube channel is set up to where people can actually download it and upload their videos to there. So, well, I had one video, John, that actually, I'll tell you, I mean, they said it's probably responsible for $200 million worth of business out of the UK and Ireland. I mean, when I went over there, there were thousands of people wanting to see me. In fact, the event got so big, corporate shut it down because they did not want it to be a national event, and they reduced it down to 1,000 people. And then over in Ireland, it's just amazing what's going on. But you definitely have to follow. They're definitely got to follow compliance, things like that. I've created my own brand, so when I'm educating under New Currency University, and I'm educating people on Bitcoin and OneCoin and Etherium and things like that. So that's a little bit of a YouTube tip for you. But I had a group contact me out of Calgary, and I went up there and we signed up 200 people in almost 3 days. So yeah, YouTube definitely works, and best of luck with that lead, and follow up with them. And that people like leaders that can come out and explain things on YouTube and make it easier for people. And that has been a really great place for us to find business, because you're right, people are looking. But that's a great story. Thanks for sharing. Tell me a little bit about your digital currency story as far as your mining, and tell me about how you got started and what got you excited about it.
I will tell you about my first experience with Bitcoin. I was actually traveling throughout Central America. My girlfriend and I were doing some teaching in this little island called Roatan. That's how the gringos say it, but it's really pronounced Rotan, right? So we were living there for about 8 months, and there was a guy next door to me who was actually into some shady stuff, and he was actually using Bitcoin to do some illegal transactions. No. But the first impression I got of Bitcoin was really in a negative light. I saw it as, I'm like, oh, that's something used for illegal transactions, right? Not funny, but this guy just got arrested yesterday in Honduras, actually. Not for that, but just for something that he was like evading the law all over the world. Crazy. I was literally living next door to an international criminal. Had no idea. So that's interesting, but that was my first introduction. But at the same time, I was still intrigued by the fact that people were exchanging this. I just thought it was some sort of like computer, space, or some sort of microchip. I didn't know what was going on, right? I didn't even know the terminology back then. So that was my first introduction, but I was intrigued by the fact that people were able to transfer money, value like that outside the banking system. So I went to this networking event, and I had just got involved in another network marketing company. It was my first company, and it was a health and wellness company. And then I met this guy, my sponsor, and Satsunder, and he started talking about digital currency and cryptocurrency. And I just thought he was this crazy guy. I was like, oh, this guy, I don't know what he's talking about. This guy's crazy. But he kept following up, right? Fortune's in the follow-up. That's what they say. And he was persistent, right? He just kept calling me and emailing me until I was like, all right, I'm going to look at this. And I was the type of person who just went in for a tycoon because I was looking for a place to park a little bit of money, I guess, and try something out. So just a kind of a crapshoot. I really didn't do a lot of research before I got involved. I just kind of let it fly, and I pretty much ignored it and kept going with my other network marketing company. And then after I realized not only did I not have to spend money every month, but my account coin value actually went up, I was a little intrigued, very intrigued to be honest. And shortly thereafter, I started sharing with warm market friends and family and stuff like that. And about a few months ago, I really started taking it more seriously and capturing the vision of how massive this is. So it's just the incredible timing. It's just unbelievable to have a networking company coupled with something like this. It's like if, Facebook were a network marketing company or something. It's just unreal. So it's pretty exciting. I'm fully starting to grasp the concept.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, thanks for being online with us, John. Great hearing your story. And that's a lot of wisdom in what he's saying, folks. So definitely keep that in mind, what he's talking about. So thank you, John.
Thank you.
Look forward to having you help co-host sometime, too, as you get into this and really understand it. But I'd love to have you online co-hosting with me.
Outstanding. Would love to.
Fantastic. All right, folks. So guess what? I got to burn through a couple slides real quick and just give you all some framework, because I know a lot of you that are brand new are going, okay, this sounds cool. Now give me some substance. Actually, the substance was in the actual testimonies that you heard. But I'm just going to take 10 minutes and we will wrap it up here. But let me jump over to a slide deck real quick. And I'm just going to pick 3 or 4 select slides to help you understand what we're doing. And I'm waiting for my screen to come up there, and hopefully it will. But let me hit screen share. And I can tell my computer is getting unstable. Let's hope that works out for us. We got a white screen, but I'll wait for it to come up. Well, there it is. All right, so we say in Georgia, how big do you dog? I don't know what it means. But anyway, we talk to people about the protocol prosperity. I tell everybody what's great about what we're doing is we have a system, a way of creating a state of success. And that state of success means you're plugging into something on a regular basis, which will give you insight into what we're doing. It'll educate you. And as I tell everybody, this presentation is much for people who are involved as it is for brand new people, because a lot of you are learning how to communicate or translate this message into something your friends will understand, because the idea of your friends using a non-governmental issued currency is just not something that everybody is getting right now. In fact, the great thing about our business is 99% of the people you talk to have no earthly idea what we're doing, which makes it, pretty much a wide open market. We do 7 seminars per week, live seminars just like this one, and same ID, same URL. We're always here, but we show people how we have a system where they can create wealth, reduce expenses, and create more time freedom, and that's really what everybody wants. It's just about creating a cryptocurrency conversation where you can hear people's stories. You heard how John met somebody on YouTube tonight. You hear, John Wiley and his great story and creating success and doing the entire business from home. We're not real big into the hotel meetings, folks, where you got to spend time away from your family. That just doesn't make sense to me. I don't think that makes sense. I've created a system because I live out in the middle of nowhere on a farm, and the idea of driving into Atlanta and being stuck in rush hour traffic in Atlanta. I will say I thought Atlanta had traffic. It's got nothing on the United Kingdom, absolutely nothing, because I don't think they've ever built a road there more than 4 lanes wide. Now Atlanta, we got like 12 lanes, and it's still packed. But boy, you throw that many people into a whole bunch of 4-lane roads, it's a disaster. But be ready to sit in traffic if you go to the UK. But anyway, education is where we start. And as I tell people, we're not in the convincing business. We're not going to ask you to slam down your credit card tonight. Somebody might if they're on your team. But my main thing is I want educated people. I want people going, okay, Tom, you told me this was bigger than the internet. You told me this was the equivalent of TCP/IP. You proved to me that you could do a bankless transaction, so you proved to me that the blockchain technology works. And so if you have the awareness, you might see the opportunity right now. You realize I sent money without using a bank tonight, and without using Western Union, without using any financial institution. I sent money tonight. And you all have never seen anybody do that. If you're brand new on board, you've never seen anybody do that. And it should be totally amazing to you. But if it's not, you need more education. But anyway, we just hope you'll take some action and seize the opportunity, because the difference between seeing the opportunity and seizing the opportunity is the difference between mediocrity and success. Finally figured it out, Catherine. Anyway, our business is marketing education on new currency, creating or mining new currency, and that's something that is like the opportunity of the lifetime right there, of the next 3 to 5 years, maybe 10 years. You want to know how to mine new currency, folks. I'm just telling you, it's like going up to an ATM machine and putting in $1 and getting $10 back. It's the greatest thing that you've ever seen, okay? We also want to show you how to introduce merchants to new currency, because we have a new retailer program where merchants can start taking digital currency. And people say, well, why would people want to take digital currency? Well, government currency goes down in value and digital currency goes up in value. Does that answer your question? Class dismissed. Anyway, we tell people about inspiring portable businesses and in lifestyle design. Here's the bottom line. We want your lifestyle to dictate your work style. Most of you are in a scenario right now where your work style dictates your lifestyle, okay? And that's bad. But live where you want to live how you want to live, and create wealth doing it is our motto. And we have 3 divisions to our company. OneLife, which is our social networking community of 2.6 million members worldwide, growing at 150,000 people per month. We are educators of cryptocurrency. We are cryptocurrency investment bankers. We are creating currency for the new cryptocurrency economy. It's very, very exciting. And folks, you don't have to have a degree from Harvard, Yale, or Stanford to do this. Anybody can do it. OneCoin is our digital currency. We have our own cryptocurrency based on a blockchain, and it is the largest cryptocurrency now in the world. We're happy to say that, and very excited that within 2 years we beat the pants off of Bitcoin. So that's been kind of fun too. Also, One Academy is our educational platform. We've joined the ranks of Stanford, Harvard, Yale, MIT, and I'm sure there's some international schools that are teaching digital currency and blockchain-based technology. But our founder of our company is highly intelligent. She believes in education, and she's building a world-class online program that allows you to get certificates and things like that. It's a 6-level program, and hopefully you're ready to learn something new that will change your life, that will give you an opportunity at massive wealth, or you can stay the same and stick with massive mediocrity. You know, whatever. You know, I tell people massive wealth or massive mediocrity, which would you like? We have a whole bunch of products, and I'm not going to go into great detail with these products, but they range from 10 euros all the way up to 27,000 euros. Each one comes with the ability to mine coins. For example, the Tycoon Trader, Tycoon Plus, the mining credits that come along with this package with our current promotion will enable you to take a $7,500 educational product and turn it into about $150,000 in buying power and new wealth. And we don't have time to explain that tonight because we're running way over. But, you know, just looking at where my screen's locked up, I'm not going to go through these screens tonight. I'm just going to jump into the 4 ways we get paid. You all saw that we have packages ranging from 110 euros all the way up to 27,000 euros. We make a 10% fast start bonus in the first 30 days on any sales over 5,000 in volume. We have a 10% personal referral bonus on those packages where you can make 10% on any of those sales. So if you sell a $27,000 pack, we heard Leo Shea today on at lunch. He had one of his customers put in 30,000 or 32,000 in buying in mining packages, and Lee generated about a 3,200 euro check today, and it was very good for him, and very excited. But We also have a 10% network bonus, and I'm sure Lee probably earned network bonus as well. So Lee might have made about $6,400 today, or 6,400 euros on that new customer, that new miner that's come in that is very excited about our program. But we also have a matching bonus where we make 10%, 10%, 20%, and 25% on the fourth level. So if I bring in, let's say, Keith, I make 10% off of Keith's check. If Keith brings in John, I make 10% off John's check, what he gets every Monday. If John brings in the other John, I make 20% on John's check. And then let's say John brings in Carl, I make 25% on whatever Carl makes. Okay, so we make more on the fourth level than we do the first level, and a lot of people don't realize how significant that is, but a large percentage of my check every week comes from matching bonuses. It's really, really a phenomenal way to make money. We also get 60% of our pay in cash and 40% in coin and mining credits. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and conclude right here because I know we're running over. But we do have a video, folks, by the way, and we have a lot more information. This is just the beginning of your journey. But I just wanted you to know that we've got a lot of cool people around this company and around our group. We're looking for other leaders. As you can see, I'm reaching out to people and asking people to step up and jump into a leadership role. So this is not the Tom McMurrin show, never meant it to be. But we have great leaders in Jack Pallas and Janet and Patrick Janish and Lucille Bolton, and just a great team of people that are coming together and educating people from all over the world about digital currency. But here's what you got to do. Take action. Remember, the difference between seeing the opportunity and seizing the opportunity is the difference between massive mediocrity and massive success. But enroll with OneLife for free. Get your demo account set up. Plug into the back and see everything that's available to you. It's really exciting. No obligation, no credit card required. Select your educational package with mining credits. Get started. And here's the great thing. You can put your little toe in here first if you want to, then your big toe, then your leg, then you can do a cannonball. You know, I think that's, I heard John say that he just kind of went in and did a cannonball right away with a tycoon. But, you know, begin your One Academy certification and share the OneLife 90-second or 16-minute video. If you haven't seen that, you can go to thenewmoney.us and you can see the 16-minute video. If you haven't seen that, that's a generic version that I've uploaded. And then definitely commit to being on these Zoom webinars as many times a week as you can. And we have them, like I said, 7 times a week. The next time we're going to get together, and by the way, for those that don't know, we've added 3 training days as well, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We have training with the crypto pros, Joby Bowie and Leo Shea and their whole team, and Doug from Sinclair from Ireland, I think is where Doug is from. But we've got an amazing international team from about 12 different countries. And all of you have an opportunity to plug into this international community of people creating wealth, living all over the world. It's just a really exciting place for us to be, folks. And if you want to be in at the beginning of TCP IP, I've shown you tonight that it works. I've proved to you that beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can do bankless banking. I have proven to you that we have a disruptive technology. And I've shown you some great stories of some amazing people from around the world that are just like you. How many of you came from a digital currency background? Raise your hand. None of you. Okay, good. None of us came from a digital currency background. And it's going to be, Michael, yeah, same URL, same everything for the training. Nothing's going to change. The only difference is the time. It's going to be 2 p.m. On Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it will be recorded. And Joby Bowie will be providing. I'll be putting it on my coinlifestyle.tv YouTube channel, but those videos will be available for all of you to download and add to your YouTube channels. And we do teach people how to do that. But awesome, folks. Great having everybody online. We're going to wrap it up here. We went a little bit over tonight, but great stories. Great testimonies, Carl. Thank you. Everybody that was online tonight sharing your story. Get back with the person who invited you to the presentation. Learn more, learn more, learn more, and you will earn an incredible amount of money with this company. So fantastic having everybody online. I'm going to unmute you so you can say good night, and I will see you Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Don't want to miss that presentation. That's one of our biggest presentations of the week. And then Sunday night, we have Women's Night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and that's always a great time. That's one of our biggest presentations of the week as well. Great having you online. Unmute y'all so you can say good night. Thanks for being online with us.
Good night.
Hey, Tom.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you,
Thanks,
sir.
everybody.
Awesome as usual.
Everyone. Good night.
We'll watch the banks smoke in the background.
Well, it's discipline.